Welcome back, guys. Time to head out the gates of Luca Lane, start finding the dry hills. In the meantime, we immediately run into the joy of lightning on these dung soldiers, which, as you can see, can be an issue if we're not careful. So usually one of the better strategies to find the dry hills is to hug the wall, because the entrance / exit to that zone will always be on these outskirts. You might have to circle the whole zone, but it'll never be some tunnel in the middle of the zone, is what I mean. Now there is a cave-like area in the rocky waste. It is the Stony Tomb, I believe. There's nothing particularly interesting in there. There is a super unique, I think, but that's about it. So all we're going to do is keep pushing through to try and find the dry hills. There is a waypoint we want to find, and then after that we need to head into Halls of the Dead, which also has a waypoint, and the third level has the cube that we're looking for. Kind of being a little cowardly fighting these beetles, just because it looks like our merc can one-shot them while we do not. So we proc a lot of light. But that's okay. As long as they get killed, doesn't really matter. Slinger's walking away from us. So, as I was saying in a few previous videos, Act 2 is a pretty long act. There's a lot of walking along in potentially more dangerous areas than in Act 1. And a lot of the quests involve having to go to multiple zones, while really the only one that was like that in Act 1 was the Deckard Cain quest. That was probably the most involved quest. While these ones, the making the staff quest is quite a few steps, although granted they do pair up with a few other existing quests, so I guess it's not fair to say it's just multiple zones for one quest. They do double up, like Lost City is a few quests. So there's the Stony Tomb. I'm not going to go in there because there's no quests related. So we're going to keep going. Now, Halls of the Dead itself isn't that bad of a zone. It's the ones afterwards that usually give people a headache. That being the Maggot Lair and the Temple of the Viper. Those have a lot more tricky mobs, and the layout in the case of the Maggot Lair is not very well loved. By certain players, by most players I would say, even those who do fairly well. Like, our build isn't that hampered by the concept of being in tight places, but plenty of builds that would rather not do such a thing. A lot of slingers. Chainmail there. Let's see what these items are about. Greed thing isn't very useful. Okay. Lightning resist. Can't complain there. This will probably... We'll just move on up. Our gear, and it looks like I should have checked right there, but that's not a big deal. We found some stuff to make it worthwhile. So we're looking for a waypoint, and we're looking for the Halls of the Dead. I might also pop into the Far Oasis to find the waypoint there before I end the video, just in case I need to exit out of this game before starting up the next one. We'll see. It's not that big of a walk if I have to go from here. Still trying to decide how I'll need to distribute some of my points here. I do need to remember that my strength is artificially high right now, so that's probably where I'll put some points now. Experience shrine, appreciated. Especially considering I just walked into some champion bot packs. There we go. Where are you, waypoint? Okay, Far Oasis is that away. To keep looking in here. Looked like there might be a lower level to this area, so that could be where my missing places are. Probably gonna cash in all my gems after this. Oh, a rune. Probably gonna cash in all my gems after this quest. Put them all into a weapon so that I have a stronger one. Definitely be nice to have in the Maggot Lair. Yeah, it definitely looks like we have a ledge here. I'm gonna have to go down. But early on in the game, gems can be a pretty good way to just get a high damage weapon if you don't have any sort of Smurf pre-built items waiting for you. Being a self-found character after all, I don't have my Sigon set with a, I don't know, a blood letter waiting for me. Always a classic start, but not for me this time. I'm getting lucky on the rune drops. I mean, I'm not sure what rune words I'm hoping to build yet, but being as this is a self-found playthrough, pretty much any additions help, so I'll take them all gladly. Armor shrine. That's good. Even more invincible. Not really, but we're getting there. We're getting pretty defensive. Now, the idea of circling the zone isn't actually probably that helpful for me as far as trying to find landmarks. I'm just kind of doing this to see how wide of an area I have to go through. Now I'm going to probably want to get to the center. after I deal with all the buzzards and cats. Which wasn't too painful. Okay. Zone's really making me work for my my waypoint here. Our Merc's definitely carrying his weight here. Luckily the item we gave him has lifesteal on it, so it'll help him be even tankier, and it had a pretty high total damage, so it's doing quite well. I am not sure where the Halls of the Dead will be. I think we circled most of this area. So it might be up in the corner. On the ledge, that is, not up here. Yeah, looks like it. So we'll head back up. I'm guessing it's over here. Another case of should have just gone right from the entrance, huh? Yeah. Okay, so down we go. So this is the first introduction of regular mobs doing the Radamant strategy. So we'll want to take these guys out. Which, oh, my game is lagging. Probably want to take a break after this one, just wait until either the connection to the servers figure out what the hell they're doing, so. But we'll try and push through here. As I said, there's a waypoint on level 2, and then in level 3 is the cube with the super unique guarding it. Here's level 2. That was mostly painless. So we're looking for a waypoint and then the way down to level 3. Put on some cleansing. Get rid of our poison. Skill Shrine. That'll be nice. Oh, that's this guy. With the Decayed there, if you just stand still, their poison cloud won't proc on you. It's only if you move through it. So even if you're completely surrounded by them, as long as you stand still until the cloud goes away, you'll be safe from the poison. Oh, there's the waypoint. So now all we need to do is find the way down. And we'll have our cube. The cube is pretty much going to be an item that helps you all the way through the rest of the game. At the very least, it's a glorified extra tab of your stash. It helps you with stuff like gems, with runes, with all other sorts of transformations as far as item quality and whatnot is concerned. There's a bunch of gimmicky things you can do with it that probably most people don't ever bother to do. Like switching from bolts to arrows, which it's like, if you're you have that much time, you probably just go buy arrows or bolts. But, you know, they tried. So, down here at level 3. Cube's almost within our grasp. It's going to be one of these ways. Which, here it is. So, there is a boss mob in there. That is always there. But they're not particularly dangerous, as far as I remember. I think our merc just killed it, actually. So that answers that question. And there we go. Relatively quick, relatively painless. It's gonna be the thorough here. And head back to town. So, that is our cube. Which is quite a treasure, as Kane will tell us. Which, now that we have our cube, we need to go and get the amulet, which is in the maggot lair. Or not the amulet, the staff, which is in the maggot lair. Which will be interesting. It's always fun crawling through those freaking tunnels with the lightning beetles. So, you'll have to wait till next time for that fun experience. I'll see you guys then.